God.
I guess I should write her a note. Shush! I guess I should write her a note to that effect.
You were the reason that y'all get killed! This is all your fault! This is your fault! If you had just fucking waited for her, but no!
Actually, she would have went there anyway, and she would have come to the darkening anyway and killed him.
Well, she would have been with Kabiki. She wouldn't have succumbed to the darkening if she was with Kabiki, because then she'd know exactly where he is. In this one, she's hella pissed at him because he left her. He left their asses.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Kabiki. Are you awake? Well, he's full of spirit today. Perfect then. Let's not waste any more time.
And get ourselves killed.
Let's go. Dun, 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 dun.
I went to school as soon as I finished my morning recording session, but by then it was already lunchtime and Naho skipped class as usual. But I knew where to find her. Work may have kept her out of school most of the time, but when she did come, there was one spot she always chose for lunch. She liked to get away from the noisy classrooms to eat in peace, and I knew this because, well, I did too. This wasn't just her spot, but mine as well. We'd probably get in trouble if a teacher ever found us there, though.
The roof.
See, the lock on the door leading to the school roof just happened to be broken, so... what a nice breeze. And that sunlight, too. Absolutely magical. There was a fence between the buildings to prevent students from falling, but it wasn't very high, so getting over it was a fairly simple... What? Oh, god damn it.
Oh! Yay!
Of course. Alley-oop! I crossed the gap, mindful of any stray gusts on the wind. The best shade was on that side, so as long as I didn't look down, it was well worth the effort. And there she is! Oh, Naho! As expected, she was nestled right into her usual spot. The sight was positively picturesque. A high school girl tucked away in the school roof, nose buried in a book with a nondescript paper dust jacket. I swear, you could just paint any moment of this girl's life and it would make a fine portrait. Sayaka! Sayaka, sorry. I've kept you out late last night. Hope your family wasn't mad at you or anything. Nope, no problem at all. They were A-okay with it. Oh, seems you've trained them well. What are you implying? So, hey, that book from Mr. Kabiki you lent me yesterday? Freaking awesome! Right? Didn't it just totally suck you in? I love how it goes on and on with the psychological descriptions of the first murder scene. That protagonist is totally nutso. Yeah, I wish I had been reading it in bits and pieces during my work commute, though. Kinda took away the tension, but I can't wait to read more. Yeah, just keep at it. It's gonna blow your mind. Oh yeah, and that Twinkle CD you let me? To die for. Seriously. Really? Awesome. I'll bet you recognized a bunch of those songs from the concert, right? You should check out some of their music videos sometime, too. Maybe I've got one on my phone that I can show you now. Nope, guess not. I'll have to give you a rain check on that. I wonder if there are any good fan-made ones. Ooh, good call. If there are, I totally want to see. The bell. 1 o'clock already. Well, I've got an appointment I can't miss, I'm afraid. Guess I'll see you after school for recording. It's at 5:30 in East Shinjuku, so we should probably meet at 4 behind the school gate. Okay. You said behind the gate. Really? What are you, 5? Naho was as cool as a cucumber as always. Today's recording was sure to be a blast. While the other two get themselves killed. This one's pretty persistent, I'll give her that. Blood? Really? Is this curse honestly affecting me all the way down to the cellular level? Seriously, how long are you planning on haunting me?
Forever!
Good evening, everyone! Welcome to tonight's installment of Sayaka Ua's Love Braver. The night don't start till I pour out my heart. So let's get pouring, shall we? You'll never guess where I went today. I went to school! To meet up with a friend, actually. It was the first time in a while I could just kick back and relax. We talked forever. Like, forever. But, of course, the real reason I went was to learn stuff and junk, of course. They're laughing at me in the control booth. What's going on in there, fellas? Huh? The thought of Mr. Ue actually going to school is hilarious. Hey, come on, I go to school. I do. I'm a high school student just like everybody else my age. Don't laugh. You're trying to say I'm too old. Too cool for school? Seriously, stop it. You're gonna give me a complex. Some days you just can't win, you know? All I wanted to do was say how great school is, and look what happened. I'm a laughingstock. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun at least. Let's enjoy our half hour together tonight to the fullest. Braver! Sayaka's on-air personality was incredible. I was absolutely listening to a pro at work, and she had me hooked from the moment the show began. Scarecrow.
Oh!
Fuck.
Okay, that wraps up the intro, Miss Tanuki. Please, head into the booth.
On my way. It was my turn now as a guest speaker. When I entered the recording booth, Sayaka sat facing her mic and waved me over. Hey, girlfriend! I returned Sayaka's cheery smile and sat in front of the guest mic that had been prepared for me. But something felt wrong. Very, very wrong. Oh, fuck me softly!
Softly!
Hi,
That's pretty good.
Sachiko!
I like that. Oh my goodness.
What's the matter?
Oh my goodness.
It's nothing. I just felt dizzy for a second. Well, the camera's on you now, so we're your cutest face, okay? That. This child
That's cool.
was the daughter mentioned in my research in the Shinozaki family. This was Sachiko. She was the one who'd attach her. Wait a minute! How is she attaching herself to you? Oh, never mind.
What? I forget.
Well, she kind of attached herself to the murderer, remember? So she can get out of Heavenly Host. Because she can bring people in.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I'm just dumb.
Yeah.
Her eyes were black and hollow, with no discernible pupils at all. She sat utterly motionless, but I knew she was watching me, waiting, biding her time. My hair stood on end. Blood rushed to my head and bile surged into my throat. The Shinozaki curse was far too powerful. I couldn't suppress it. And it was clear Sayaka couldn't see her. This was bad. I had to be careful not to let Sachiko interfere with the recording. Okay, that's not me.
Okay. We're back. Start with the listener mail.
Alright, folks, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The topic of this week's Try to Do a Thing workshop is... Ugh, can I go home now, please? What do you mean no? Come on, be a sport. Guess there's nothing I can do about it. This week's topic is, that's right, trying to tell a scary story. Yikes. Man, I told you I didn't want to do this one at all. So why did you guys send in so many responses? We've actually received a record amount. Far too many to tackle by myself, so I've invited a guest to help me out. Hey, don't run the applause yet. I haven't even said who it is. Or has everyone already guessed? Because it's totally who you can think it is. The pro with the know-how, spirit investigator extraordinaire, as beautiful as she is brainy, it's high school paranormalist Naho Sanoki. Give it up for Naho! Good evening. Thanks so much for coming! No, thank you. It's an honor to be invited. Oh, how about that, everyone? So mellow, so modest. Isn't she just the bee's knees? Naho and I actually go to the same school. We're even in the same class, isn't that right? We hang out a lot, in fact. Some of you clearly knew that and have been outright demanding that Naho make a guest appearance for quite some time now. Well, your wish is my command. My pleasure, in fact. I think I may even be more thrilled to have her here than you guys. Anyway, given today's theme, Naho seemed the perfect guest. So, care to get us started with some choice words for any evil spirits that may be listening? Tremble on the border between this life and the next, under my 7 stars. That's what I'm talking about. Those ghosties have got to be shivering in their ethereal booties after hearing something like that. So let's get right down to the listener letters, shall we? Here's a scary story from one Junpei Nagi of M City in Tokyo. In my experience, adverse spiritual manifestations from my research had always been easy enough to keep at bay with my powers, but this one was different. For this energy to be completely visible on broad daylight, I'd never seen anything like it. This was bad. My head was splitting, but the cameras were whirling, so to speak, so I had to at least keep myself from coughing up blood again.
Oh no.
Naho was grabbing her skirt tightly with both hands, muscles completely rigid. My, was she actually getting nervous? How unlike her! I kind of grinned internally a bit at the sight of Naho acting all girly and scared. It was adorable. Oh, it was adorable, as I'd like to say, but I still had a show to host. Thunk! I slid the door open, and there before me I saw a pair of eyes staring intently right into my very soul. Wow, that is so super freaky. How about it, Naho? This has got to be a fake, right? Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this as evidence to go on, it's hard to judge the authenticity of the claim. So what you're saying is it might actually be real? That is a possibility, yes. Oh no, please. Actually, I've noticed something even more frightening since this segment began. Naho, your focus keeps drifting over to the corner of the booth. Well, don't tell me. There's somebody there. Is there? Oh, I'm getting chills. Do we have another guest with us today? An uninvited one? Please say no. No. We're fine. This seemed to be a perfect twist to up the tension of the segment. The look on Naho's face suggested I may have been onto something, which was terrifying. Her guest spot on the show may have been just fun and games, but I knew Naho was about as well versed in spiritual powers as they come. This gave her a great deal of confidence, but unbeknownst to me, that confidence was beginning to unravel all around her. She was in way over her head, and by the time she would come to realize this, it would be too late. And not just for her.
Great work, everyone. That's a wrap.
The recording ended with that incident, as far as anybody knew. Saya could toss a piece of chocolate into her mouth that she seemed to have brought in with her. Why is there ominous music playing?
Sachiko going okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh god. So, out with it. Did you see something in the booth or not? No, I didn't see anything. I glanced back into the recording booth. Sachiko's spirit had disappeared a little while ago. I felt it was best to act as if nothing had happened, and successfully managed to steer the topic of the conversation elsewhere. Until...
Boom. What the?
What's wrong?
Was someone talking out here during the recording?
No way would any of us make a rookie mistake like that.
You wouldn't be able to hear us from inside the booth anyway. There's something on the tape, though. Sounds like a voice to me.
Huh? Where?
Here, during this exchange.
Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. I'm only hearing those two.
You don't hear a third voice?
Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on.
Right there, after Miss Senoki says he may be.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna say this line again.
Be with only this evidence to go.
Oh god. There is a voice. It's saying, I'm watching you. Right?
Oh.
He may be, but with only... What?
Whoa! God.
You've gotta be kidding me.
It's Macho Man!
No.
It's in the recording for sure. Ow!
That's so creepy. Is this for real?
An actual EVP? Grr. Hey, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Hey, what's the matter? Put yourself together. Slap.
Uh-oh. Suddenly, the director began to clutch at his throat and thrash around. His face was bright red and his mouth frothed over as he was struggling to breathe. Oh god, he's choking on shit.
Hold it down! He's gonna knock everything over and hurt himself.
Yes, sir.
Is it over?
What was that? Some kind of seizure?
Oh crap! He's not breathing.
What?
Call an ambulance quickly! He needs CPR!
Holy shit. What is... Yeah, really, what the hell's...
Send the guest home, we're done!
Sayaka's usual smiling countenance has been replaced by a thin mouth and cold sweat. There was no doubt about it. This was the influence of that spirit. And it must have been absolutely terrifying for her coworkers, who had never had contact with the spirit world before. I regretted appearing on the program.
It's macho me.
Oh, look at all that rain outside.
Why?
I'm so sorry. I guess I shouldn't have come. Oh, don't be silly. You did great. They managed to resuscitate the director, too, at the hospital. And we can cut out that voice over the broadcast, but honestly, I say we leave it. I mean, it's kind of a lucky break when you think about it. I'm really grateful for your help today. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Oh, and as for Quell no Phenon, how's next week sound? On the way home, Naho finally smiled. Glad to see she's still at a dinner. I need to put on a happy face myself, too. I was afraid if I seemed too gloomy, it would bring Naho down, and she hadn't done anything wrong. I had to let her know how grateful I was, and try to bring her spirits back up. The two of us parted ways on a corner near our houses, as I needed to stop at the convenience store for some groceries. See you later! Thanks again! You too. Good night.
Wow.
I had never before felt such a strong, persistent spiritual presence. I had considerable amount of power within me, and usually it was more than enough to disperse any malicious wills that dared draw near. But even with all of my concentration, I'd still put Sayaka and her co-workers in great danger. They easily could have been killed by the curse. For the sake of dear Kibiki's safety, we really should have put the kibosh on our entire investigation into the Shinozaki family line a lot sooner. But it wasn't too late to call it off. As far as I knew, I was going to pull out from the Heavenly Host Elementary School case altogether. I had made up my mind. I should probably undergo a traditional spirit exorcism as soon as possible. It was past 9:30, so it had been dark out for hours already. Yet there wasn't a single light on in Kibiki's house. Oh boy, he's gone. Kibiki?
Oh no.
No signs of life. Somehow the whole house felt larger and emptier than before. Kibiki? Kibiki, are you sleeping? I peeked into his study, but he wasn't there. Nor was he anywhere else. The house was deserted. Now, Kibiki's meetings for work were always held at regular times, so this wasn't unprecedented or anything. But the atmosphere inside just felt different somehow. There was this peculiar silence, as if no one had ever lived here in the first place. No, motherfucker, I saw that!
I'm watching you.
Shut up! Shut up! No! No! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you softly!
I'm watching you.
Stop! Something just seemed very, very wrong. It was like someone was watching at me, sneering at me. Finally, I found a note on my desk. Not the one I'd left for Kibiki this morning, but a response, written in his familiar scrawl.
Dear Naho, thank you for your concern. I couldn't live with myself if I exposed you to any more danger on my behalf. However, Taguchi and I have gone to Heavenly Host Elementary. We've noted the way back, so please don't worry. We'll return safe and sound. And if we're successful, let's all go out for a nice meal together. Okay?
Oh boy. With a sigh and a mumble, I snapped back to reality. Glancing at the clock, I marveled at the fact that it was already past 10. I've been in a daze for half an hour since getting home. Craziness! What a day. My shoulders feel like they got lead weights on them. I couldn't have brought it back with me, right? No, there was no way. I stood up from my desk. The problem was the uniform. I couldn't really relax in it. I should know better. I just needed to change. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll feel better once I get out of this uniform. God, please. Is somebody there? Please, no. I was glad no one had seen me talking to thin air like that. There's nobody else around, of course. Nothing to be afraid of. It was just my imagination. I really, really needed to get out of my uniform. So once again, I started changing when...
Oh boy.
oh God. Definitely not my imagination this time. There was somebody screaming outside my window, running toward my house. The fuck? I seriously felt like I was going to break down. Maybe I already had. Opening the curtain slowly, I peered outside to see who it was. Wait, is that Naho? I couldn't see her face clearly, being on the second floor and all, but that was Naho all right. She was crying like a mad woman. She looked awful. Oh boy. What's wrong, Naho?
Do you know the way?
Naho? Sayaka, it's Kibiki. Kibiki crossed over. Okay, just calm down, Naho. Tell me what happened. Where is Mr. Kibiki? I don't know what to do. It's all my fault. If Kibiki were to die in there. This was the first time I'd ever seen her so incoherent. I spoke slowly and gently, trying my best to calm her down. Bitch, please! Just tell me what happened. Let me help you. Start at the beginning. I want you to come back with me. Right now. Huh? Please, I'm begging you. Tears were streaming down her face. This was a side of Naho I never imagined that could exist. There had been a reason she was so desperate. I agreed to follow her back to Kibiki's house, if only out of concern for her well-being. Sachiko ever after. Those who perform this ritual can cross over to Heavenly Host Elementary, a cursed school sealed outside our world, outside time and space. It's a locus of powerful energy, and the effect it's had on me thus far has been disturbing enough that I've decided to abandon my investigation. But before I could convey that to Kibiki, he crossed over without me, taking Willen to Gucci for backup. So please, Sayaka, you're my only hope at this point. Will you come with me to Heavenly Host so I can rescue Kibiki? I didn't really get any of what she was saying. Heavenly Host Elementary? A cursed school? And this was all to rescue Kibiki? What was in there exactly that he needed rescuing from? The one thing I did understand was I'd be accompanying Naho to some unsafe, unfamiliar spirit world. I couldn't just casually agree to go with her. So, this place I'd be going with you is dangerous then. I scare easily, you know. Please, I can't perform the ritual by myself. You're the only person I can count on. And I swear I'll protect you no matter what. Her face was the most disheveled I'd ever seen it, and she was practically begging. I knew two sides to this girl, her cool and collected professional persona and her cat to my master, and this pain and desperation fit neither of them. The words I'd spoken to her following our recording session suddenly popped into my head. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Kibiki. I took one more look at Naho's tear-stained face and just knew I couldn't turn her away from her in this time of need. Naho, do you really promise to protect me? Uh-huh. A ray of hope lit up in Naho's face like a flower in bloom, and I knew I'd make the right decision. Alright then, I'm in. What are friends for after all? Sayaka. Thank you, Sayaka. I just couldn't bear to see her cry like that. A face as cute as hers deserved to wear a smile at all times. And now we're dead!
Yep, they're all dead.
We'll be out for a while though, right? Do you mind if I run back home first and take care of some things before we go? Okay, I'll be waiting for you here. Butt naked.
Ooh.
Not a good idea. You'll catch your deadly cold. Anyway, I'll be right back. Well, as long as Kibiki's over there. The larger the sample size for his research, the better. This is for you, man. The Shinozaki estate? We don't need that place anymore. If he's going to leave me here to spread the curse for him, that's fine. That's just what I'll do. No hesitation, no backing down. My blog should do nicely. Let's see. In this world, there's nothing worse than parting ways with a dear friend. Some may say... This is when she spread the curse.
Yeah, she ended up blogging it, and that's how...
Everyone...
or whatever.
Your character got it.
Yeah,
she did it for
Ayumi,
Kibiki.
Yeah, she did this for Kibiki.
Oh, almost forgot the subject line. Sachiko in the ever... Wait, no, how about... Sachiko ever after. Perfect. Here's hoping for lots of hits.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm heading out! Not wanting to worry her, I told a little white lie, suggesting that I had another recording session tonight. I'd be going to late sessions practically every night for a while now, so it seemed like the perfect excuse, and sure enough, she bought it.
You're certainly all hard worker, Sayaka. So just make sure you keep your energy up out there. Don't get so busy you let your blood sugar drop. Here. Sugar.
She handed me a small piece of emergency chocolate. This was like a tradition with her. She'd always give me one when I left to show her support. And it always reminded me that I was loved. This one in particular was bringing tears to my eyes. I must have been more scared than I thought. I'll be home as soon as I can. Thanks!
Knock 'em dead, sweetie.
Don't say that! Wrong choice of words, Mom!
Help.
Sachiko, we beg of you. Sachiko, we beg of you! You said it twice, right? In your head? Yep. Okay. Then it's time to pull this thing apart. Make sure you use your nails and don't let go. Hey, this sounds familiar.
You dig in with your nails, and you rip.
Got it! 1, 2, 3. Something impossible was happening. We performed the ritual just as Naho instructed, and then the floor just split open and swallowed us whole. Was this a dream? Was I hallucinating? It sure felt real, though. I felt like I was being dragged to hell. And my vision quickly turned to a bright white, and my consciousness seemed to fade to black. And then I felt dust or sand filling my mouth, and I sprang to my feet, choking. What is this? Where am I? Naho? I was in a cold, dark room. It was damp and clammy and felt very much like a cave. Was this the Heavenly Host Elementary Naho was telling me about? Naho! Racked with apprehension, I tried raising my voice, but barely had one to raise. I looked around, but didn't see Naho anywhere, and there was no response. God, this can't be real, can it? I wanted to go home, to forget this place ever existed, but then I realized I'd never asked Naho how to cross back over. Without her, I was stuck here. So that was my top priority then. I absolutely had to find Naho. I'm sure she hadn't accounted for the possibility that we'd wind up in different spots when we got here. But as long as I could track her down soon, I knew everything would work out. I stepped forward slowly and carefully and took a closer look at my surroundings. Oh, fuck me. Alright, here we go.
Softly.
Where are we? Is this the basement?
Probably. I don't know.
Let's save really quick.
Isn't the ritual messed up though? Like it's not
Yeah.
supposed to be done right.
They did it wrong to get here.
What is the right way? I
The
forget.
right way to say it is you have to say it for every person that's there, and then one more time for Sachiko.
Then one more for Sachiko.
Right, so because they said it twice, they ended up here. But if they had said it 3 times, then they would be fine.
What happened if they did it right? Then they
Nothing
would
happens.
Nothing happens. Oh.
That's why she's putting false directions.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, we're in the bomb shelter. Okay, no, we're underground.
Oh fuck! I forgot all this.
Okay, so where should we go?
We're a lady. We go to the boys' room.
All right.
I forget
Or
the
not.
bomb shelter. Or not.
Oh God, it's that creepy kid's song. This is so creepy. Okay, what is it? What am I? Am I hearing things? That's a child's voice, isn't it? Maybe this really is an elementary school after all. Oh God, I'm terrified. Alright, you wanted to go to the boys' room? Well...
We're going to the boys' room.
The lights flickered and all I could swear I saw something up in the path ahead. Hopefully, just my eyes playing tricks on me. Please? Is somebody there? No, fuck me!
Ah.
Right, so not that way, apparently. Right? Not that way. Alright, do you want to go to the death room?
No, keep going down the hallway. Let's see what
Okay.
happens.
Go to the boys' room?
Yep. We saved. It's good.
The door is sealed firmly shut. There's no way to open it. Okay. So it looks like the bathrooms are going to be closed. Yeah.
Hey.
Alright. So you want to go? Let's try the girls' room?
Yes.
Is this a bathroom? I'm in like a cave and there's a bathroom here? No matter how I looked at it, nothing about this place seemed like an elementary school in any way. That there were lights on the ceiling and support beams to prevent cave-ins, so it certainly wasn't a naturally formed cavern either. I mean, there was even an indoor plumbing down here. Oh, there's a body. No thank you! I actually did have to go, but there's a limit to how dirty and disgusting a bathroom stall can get before I just refuse to close myself in there. Guess I just have to hold it. There are skeletal remains here. It's a small child. Maybe she was hiding? There's a name tag attached to her jacket. Renaissance Elementary School, Mina Nishio. Oh, she was an elementary school kid. Alright, so we went there. So, death room now, I guess?
Death room! I really forget the layout of the school. You have Heavenly Host.
And then down
if you go
the
further
basement
down,
is the
bomb shelter?
the bomb shelter. Okay, so we can't go in here. Let's... Whoa.
There is that one place off of the main school on the top that you can go outside and go to another building.
Yeah, but that's up.
That's
That's above.
Yeah, that's above, but that's where what's his face is. That one dude that's killing people. Just the path to heaven.
God, what is this place? Where even am I?
I like this song.
It fucking sucks. Scary as hell. Okay.
It's not scary. It's interesting. That's cool. Body pull?
I guess. Okay, door's closed.
Can't go in there.
Alright, so to the end of the hall?
Yeah, it's run to the dead end. That won't end badly.
Oh!
Oh, cool.
There's a recently deceased corpse here. Her hands are outstretched as if she were trying to desperately dig her way through the wall. There's a student ID tag on her uniform. Komashiro Trade School, Sexy Hagiwara. Right. Alright. Let's go that way, I guess.
Okay, so the weird thing is, if you die here, you constantly relive death over and over again, but it's worse each time. Yeah.
Okay, let me get over my initial fear, and then I will explain to you what's going on.